What's up with y'all? Freaks. Y'all are the reason an ovulation mix even exists for her. Freaks. All of you. Pervert. Becca, can you do Wendy's poll for me? While we listen to some of the commencement speech. Can you do the poll for me? It says, can we poll the audience between Cold as You and Battle Let's Go? Wait, unreleased? There was unreleased music, you say? Cold as You and Battle Let's Go. It's what Wendy says. It's here. There you go. That'll help you out to do a poll for that.
I'd like now to introduce Jason King, Chair and Associate.
Oh shit, that is way too loud. Whoa, let me turn that off. We blowing out speakers. Whoa, that is way too loud. Let's turn that down. Let's turn it off.
Professor of the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, Tisch School of the Arts, who will present the candidate for Doctor of Fine Arts. Will Trustee Brett Rockheim please escort the candidate to the lectern?
Y'all, the poll is up. Go do the poll. The poll is up.
Blazing singer-songwriter.
That's a crazy commencement speaker.
Actress, pioneering and influential advocate for artists' rights, and philanthropist. You have brought joy and resolve to your hundreds of millions of fans throughout the world. One of the best-selling music artists in history. You have crossed genres, demographics, age groups, and borders of all kinds to touch lives around the globe. With 9 original studio albums, 2 re-recorded studio albums.
We're going to listen to a little bit of this because it's 28 minutes. So I'm going to do like I did for the article, which we need to read up on. We're going to do a bit of it on this stream. And then that'll also be a contribution to the next stream.
Albums.
Because I want to hear what she got to say. I want to hear it.
3 live albums and 14 compilations. You have sold well over 100 million album units. Earning awards.
That's insane.
In every category.
That's insane.
You have used the remarkable platform you earned to galvanize support for the Equality Act, to prevent discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. And you have spoken out, and you have supported initiatives to protect women and girls from harassment and sexual assault.
Oh, skip ahead until she gets to the podium? Oh, okay. My fault. Wait, how long is his intro?
By virtue of the authority of the honorary degree recipient.
There we go. Look at me, I'm good. Nailed it.
Hi, I'm Taylor. Last time I was in a stadium this size, I was dancing in heels and wearing a glittery leotard. This outfit is much more comfortable. I would like to say a huge thank you to NYU's Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Bill Berkeley, and all the trustees and members of the board, NYU's President Andrew Hamilton, Provost Catherine Fleming, and the faculty and alumni here today who have made this day possible. I feel so proud to share this day with my fellow honorees, Susan Hockfield and Felix Matos Rodriguez, who humble me with the ways they improve our world with their work. As for me, I'm 90% sure the main reason I'm here is because I have a song called 22.
Okay, Brad, come listen to 22.
And let me just say, I am elated to be here with you today as we celebrate and graduate New York University's class of 2022.
Clever. Clever.
Not a single one of us here today has done it alone. We are each a patchwork quilt of those who have loved us, those who have believed in our futures, those who showed us empathy and kindness, or told us the truth, even when it wasn't easy to hear. Those who told us we could do it when there was absolutely no proof of that. Someone read stories to you and taught you to dream and offered up some moral code of right and wrong for you to try and live by. Someone tried their best to explain every concept in this insanely complex world to the child that was you as you asked a bazillion questions like, how does the moon work? And why can we eat salad but not grass? And maybe they didn't do it perfectly. No one ever can. Maybe they aren't with us anymore. In that case, I hope you'll remember them today. If they are in this stadium, I hope you'll find your own way to express your gratitude for all the steps and missteps that have led us to this common destination. I know that words are supposed to be my thing, but I will never be able to find the words to thank my mom and dad, my brother Austin, for the sacrifices they made every day so I could go from singing in coffee houses to standing up here with you all today, because no words would ever be enough.
Respect, respect.
To all the incredible parents, family members, mentors, teachers, allies, friends, and loved ones here today who have supported these students in their pursuit of educational enrichment, let me say to you now, welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank NYU for making me, technically, on paper at least, a doctor. Not the type of doctor you would want around in case of an emergency. Unless your specific emergency was that you desperately needed to hear a song with a catchy hook and an intensely cathartic bridge section.
I knew she was going to mention a fucking bridge. God damn it. I don't want to hear the word bridge anymore.
Or if your emergency was that you needed a person who can name over 50 breeds of cats in 1 minute. I never got to have a normal college experience, per se. I went to public high school until 10th grade, and then finished my education doing homeschool work on the floors of airport terminals. Then I went out on the road for radio tour, which sounds incredibly glamorous, but in reality, it consisted of a rental car, motels, and my mom and I pretending to have loud mother-daughter fights with each other during boarding so no one would want the empty seat between us on Southwest.
Becca, Southwest confirmed.
As a kid, I always thought I would go away to college, imagining the posters I would hang on the wall of my freshman dorm. I even set the ending of my music video from my song Love Story at my fantasy imaginary college, where I meet a male model reading a book on the grass, and with one single glance, we realized we had been in love in our past lives.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Which is exactly what you guys all experienced at some point in the last 4 years, right? But I really can't complain about not having a normal college experience to you, because you went to NYU during a global pandemic, being essentially locked into your dorms and having to do classes over Zoom. Everyone in college during normal times stresses about test scores. But on top of that, you also had to pass like 1,000 COVID tests. I imagine the idea of a normal college experience was all you wanted too. But in this case, you and I both learned that you don't always get all the things in the bag that you selected from the menu in the delivery service that is life. You get what you get. And as I would like to say to you wholeheartedly, you should be very proud of what you've done with it. Today, you leave New York University and then go out into the world searching what's next. And so will I. So as a rule, I try not to give anyone unsolicited advice unless they ask for it. I'll go into this more later.
I guess I have been
advice. Officially solicited in this situation to impart whatever wisdom I might have to tell you things that have helped me so far in my life. Please bear in mind that I in no way feel qualified to tell you what to do. You've worked and struggled and sacrificed and studied and dreamed your way here today. And so you know what you're doing. You'll do things differently than I did them and for different reasons. So I won't tell you what to do because no one likes that. I will, however, give you some life hacks I wish I knew when I was starting out my dreams of a career and navigating life, love, pressure, choices, shame, hope, and friendship. The first of which is, life can be heavy, especially if you try to carry it all at once.
Park, sir!
Part of growing up and moving into new chapters of your life is about catch and release. What I mean by that is,
you know what? Fuck this. I hate when I raid people and they in the middle of something and they don't acknowledge me and my people. Fuck that. That ain't me. Parker, what's good with you? What's good with you, Park? What's up with you, bro? Cheers to you, dude. You took time to raid me. I'm going to stop what I'm doing and acknowledge you. Here you go. Y'all watch any WWE fans in here? My tribal chief, acknowledgement. I'm acknowledging you. What up, Park? What up, Parks people? What up, Parks community? How y'all doing? We here watching Taylor's commencement speech. I should stop it here, but I'm kind of into it, so I'm gonna just keep rocking with it for a little bit longer. But what up, Park? How y'all doing? This is Tay-Tay's on Fridays. Normally we'd be listening to Taylor Swift music. You'd hear me yap. I'd be ranting. I've already started drinking the Hennessy, which means the rants are gonna be on tenfold. But we're kind of winding down today. We were. This is a very successful stream, very supportive, community-driven stream, and we're gonna watch. We're watching the commencement speech right now. So enjoy yourself, y'all. Please feel free to talk, but bask among my community.
Knowing what things to keep and what things to release. You can't carry all things, all grudges, all updates on your ex.
You can sit here.
Enviable promotions your school bully got at the hedge fund his uncle started. Decide what is yours to hold and let the rest go. Oftentimes, the good things in your life are lighter anyway, so there's more room for them. One toxic relationship can outweigh so many wonderful, simple joys. You get to pick what your life has time and room for. Be discerning. Secondly, learn to live alongside cringe.
No, I will not.
No matter
I will not.
how hard
I will not.
you try to avoid being cringe, you will look back on your life and cringe retrospectively.
True. That's actually facts. That's actually true.
Cringe is unavoidable over a lifetime. Even the term cringe might someday be deemed cringe. I promise you, you're probably doing or wearing something right now that you will look back on later and find revolting and hilarious.
Not me.
You can't avoid it.
Fashion.
So don't try to.
Fashion. This is cool.
For example, I had a phase where, for the entirety of 2012, I dressed like a 1950s housewife. But you know what? I was having fun. Trends
banana outfit.
and phases are fun.
The
Looking
banana.
back and laughing is fun. And while we're talking about things that make us squirm but really shouldn't, I'd like to say I'm a big advocate for not hiding your enthusiasm for things. It seems
Thank
to
you
me
all.
that there is a false stigma around eagerness in our culture of unbothered ambivalence. This outlook perpetuates the idea that it's not cool to want it. The people who don't try are fundamentally more chic than people who do. And I wouldn't know because I've been a lot of things, but I've never been an expert on chic. But I'm the one who's up here, so you have to listen to me when I say this. Never
Talk your shit,
be
Taylor.
ashamed of trying. Effortlessness is a myth. The people who wanted it the least were the ones I wanted to date and be friends with in high school. The people who want it the most are the people I now hire to work for my company.
I can't express how much I to this day, because I told y'all I did therapy a lot after COVID, as most people did, and I finally for the first time got into therapy, and I went a really long break of not having it from like when I got laid off of my last job, my insurance lapsed, so I couldn't get back into therapy. And I finally got back into it, 6-7 months later, and I had my first session last week. And one of the first things that I talked to my therapist about was about this: YouTube, Twitch, my social media, my music, my creative endeavors, pushing myself. And I talk about that a lot. But what's funny is even before I even went to therapy, which one of many things that I talked about, everyone around me was always like, what's taking you so long? Like, just do it. 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 And it was just constant over and over and fucking over. It was like, just do it. And that's really what even got me started doing YouTube. Like when I did that very first react, it was because somebody said, bro, I love hearing your opinion on X. I always want to hear what you think. Have you ever thought about turning a camera on and doing it? And I was like, no. Who the fuck would want to hear me talk? That's stupid. I'm not saying anything that no one else is saying. And I said that to myself a lot, over and over and over. And they would always go, first of all, you are saying something that no one is saying, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But more importantly, you say it in a way that most people want to hear. They need to hear it the way you say it. Do it. I didn't like that for that same reason that she's saying. I didn't like that to me, I was being put on this fucking pedestal, and I don't like that. I have fun with my ego. My ego thing is part of my humor. I am not as hubris as it comes off. Like, that's just me being funny. I very much don't think I know what I'm doing. It's why I make jokes about being a professional. But everyone is always like, stop doing that. Like, stop saying that. Be eager, like talk, do it, be curious, just throw it out there. Like, who gives a fuck if it's perfect? Just do it, because somebody somewhere wants to hear it. Somebody wants to hear it. And then another person will want to hear it. And then another person will. And so finally I just got sick of hearing it. I was like, fine, I'll prove you wrong. They're not going to hear what I have to think. And then George Floyd died. This is story time for y'all, by the way. And then when George Floyd died, I was very, very, very passionate about that. I was very angry. And I don't get angry. People who know me in real life, like people who know me, know that I don't get angry. Like, I don't get angry. The anger is not an emotion that I express much. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. I don't get angry, though. That's not an emotion I like. I grew up with it. I don't like it. I go out of my way to not want it. But what I learned was that anger was a part of who I am, and I just needed to channel it. And so when George Floyd passed, I immediately went on social media and just started talking about it. I just talked about it all day. Like, I just needed to get it out. I was crying. I was yelling. I was venting. I was answering questions. I was getting people to hear the things that I've gone through as a black man. Like, it was just, I did it over and over and over. And I realized how many people would message me after and go, dude, I didn't know you felt that way. Man, that's really awesome. Finally, somebody who's saying the quiet part out loud. Man, like, can I ask you some questions? Do you mind if you tell me more about your story? Do you mind, like, if you would like, and I was like, wait, what? Like, y'all liked that? Like, I was just emotional. Like, I was just pissed off. And they were like, yeah, can you do that some more? Like, I have more questions. Like, I want to talk to you some more. And ever since then, that bled weirdly, unrelated as that is, that bled into doing these music reacts, because then somebody a year or so later said, hey, you should do Oliver Anthony. You should do Richmond, north of Richmond. Because I don't think he's a conservative or a liberal. I just think that he hates government. I just think that he is also trying to get some stuff out after COVID. Can you talk about this song? I really want to hear what you think. And I was like, no, you don't. And they were like, dude, stop saying, no, I don't. I'm literally telling you I do. Can you do it? And I went, fine. Yeah, go ahead. And I remember I did that. It got like, I remember, like, Becca will tell you, I remember I called her because she was in New York at the time. And I called her and I went, I've never had a video get more than 1,000 views ever in my life, let alone a day. It got like 10,000 views in like a week. And I went, what the fuck? And every comment, they're still there. It was just, thank you. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was like, what is that? And I like really took that to heart. I thought that was so cool because I still like don't think I'm anything fucking special, but I love that I get to talk to other people who feel the same way and maybe can articulate it, or maybe don't want to articulate it. They just want to be heard and be among people saying what they think. And I thought that that was so cool. Like, so fast forward, I agree with her. I think that that's awesome. I hated that I got in my own way and thought, well, that's not cool to throw these unedited, unrefined, blah, blah videos out. No one's going to want to do that. And it's like, bro, just do it. Who give a fuck what people think? And fast forward, that's where I'm at today. And then, but then I went through all that with chemo, and then that helped. And then, going through COVID, that helped. And, so now, then I had Brad, like my son, and then that helped. And then that's where we're at today. So that's my story. So here we go. I haven't read a thing that y'all said. I just wanted to get my story out that I agree with Taylor. This is actually my favorite thing that she said in this entire speech, and that I hold dear. It's so fucking true. And I still need to learn. And I'm still learning this lesson. So
I started writing songs when I was 12. And since then, it's been the compass guiding my life, and in turn,
I'm glad I'm here too.
Life.
It was crazy. I sure could have used y'all too, bro. Because when I tell y'all, when I was in Alaska, I mean, I had my ex at the time, and fast forward, her and I we're cool now. It's mutual. But I wish I had someone like me when I was going through chemo. Because when I tell y'all, there is nothing more humbling than 8 to 10 specialists looking at you on a table as if you're gonna die. Like there's nothing more humbling than that. And I'm like, we'll just fix it. And they're like, well, we don't know what to fix. So just hold on. And then like, that was 2 years I went through that. That was like a year and a half that I went through that, like 20, 30 surgeries and operation, this and that. And I didn't do any of this. I was an introvert. I couldn't imagine being an introvert and feeling like no one wanted to, like, you have no one to talk to. So when I came out of chemo and I became an extrovert and I changed my whole life around, I said, I will never let an introvert feel that way, because I know what it's like to be an introvert, but still want to talk. I can't do it. I can't put myself out there. My mind and my personality won't let me. Now I know what that feels like to be an introvert and to want to talk and want the qualities of an extrovert. And I will never let an introvert feel that way. Extroverts normally don't need me. Introverts do. And I will never leave them alone. Like, I will always harass and bother them because I remember what that's like. So that's why I'm here. Like, I think sometimes I wonder that's why I'm on this fucking planet. And maybe that's why I didn't die. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. Bleak, but my reality sometimes. I used to journal about it a lot. So
guided my writing. Everything I do is just an extension of my writing, whether it's directing videos or a short film, creating the
sorry to get too vulnerable for y'all. Let me get back to the speech.
Visuals for a tour, or standing on a stage performing. Everything is connected by my love of the craft, the thrill of working through ideas and narrowing them down and polishing it all up in the end, editing, waking up in the middle of the night, throwing out the old idea because you just thought of a newer, better one, or a plot device that ties the whole thing together. There's a reason they call it a hook. Sometimes a string of words just ensnares me, and I can't focus on anything until it's been recorded or written down.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
As a songwriter, I've never been able
Y'all
to
are
sit
nice.
still
Thank you.
or stay in one creative place for too long. I've made and released 11 albums, and in the process, I've switched genre from country to pop to alternative
To rap.
to folk
To rap. To hip
And this
hop.
might sound
To
like a
hip-hop?
very
Thug
songwriter-centric
story?
line of discussion. But in a way, I really do think we are all writers. And most of us
I agree.
write in a different voice for different situations.
I agree. Sorry, I do want to acknowledge one thing. One, I'm sorry I'm ignoring y'all. I'm actually really locked into this speech now, but I really appreciate y'all. I'm reading some of the stuff y'all are saying, and it's very nice and impactful to me. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And Sierra, thank you for the 5. You didn't have to do that. You've done plenty, but thank you. I appreciate you always. I'm happy I can make y'all's bad week good. y'all be having, I had a semi shitty week myself. It slowly got better, but I had a really annoying couple of days, and I was actually looking forward to this Friday to talk to y'all. So thank y'all. I love y'all too. So I appreciate that. Legit question. Oh yeah, he said this is a stream for the books. Ain't it? Ain't it always when the Henny flows? Hennessy plus overtime usually means gems being dropped. Like we know this by now. We know the formula. And that's why y'all be keeping me here. Legit question. What is your best advice for introverts who want to be an extrovert but is held back? I'm gonna be very honest with you, S. I think the Kendra, right? Like, I think I remember your name, S. My best advice is to hang with other extroverts. I'm not joking. I some of my best people that I still talk to this day were always trying to get me out of my shell, and I wish they would have let me. My introverted friends, and no disrespect to them at all. It's seriously no disrespect to them, because in other ways I needed them. But when I was ready to branch out, my introvert friends really held me back. Like they really did. They really kept me from learning more about myself. And I wish I would have listened to my extroverted friends when it was time. My introverted friends were almost like, think of a relay race, right? This is a weird analogy that I'm just not coming up with. I think of a relay race. When I first started the race, I needed my introverts there. Finally, I was connecting with someone. They didn't make me feel weird for the things that I liked. They were always there when I wanted to talk, but I didn't want the world to know I was talking. They were there. I needed them. But when it was time to pass that baton, I'm done with that now, though. Give me the baton. Like, I need to move forward. I need them now. I've learned all I can learn here, or at least I feel like I have. I want to learn something else now. And they're like, no, I can't give you this baton. Stay with me. And I wish I would have like let go or taken it from them. You know what I mean? And like given it to the next extrovert and then gone with them. So like, I would just say, hang with your extroverted friends. Like just hang with them. Start small. But hell, I got a friend now, and Becca probably know who I'm talking about. I got a friend now who somewhat seems like an introvert, and she's slowly been trying to do more things with us. And it's like that right there, because I can tell that she's trying to grow. She's trying to get to the next phase of whatever it is in her life to do more things. And it's like, yeah, you have to do that. You're not going to do it by yourself. You're not going to do it. And that's fine. Acknowledge that and accept that. But go find your extroverted friends that you love and trust and do it with them. They will take you. Guarantee.
You're right.
Just fucking get taken away, man. Like, y'all ever see Jim Carrey's Yes Man? Everybody should watch that movie. That movie, I live my life in movie and song quotes. Yes Man, like, just, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it really just left an impression on me. I really like the concept of that movie. It's like, it hits different.
Differently in your Instagram stories than you do your senior thesis. You send a different type of email to your boss than you do your best friend from home. We are all literary chameleons, and I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, remember what I said? I was an introvert. I know how cool people can be, okay? We're cool people. I know they can, but if I had only ever been / listened to my introverts, I would have missed out on so many different things. I would have probably never had Brad. I would have never started a YouTube. That's the kind of introvert I was. Y'all don't get it. This is not who I was 15 years ago. That guy died Like, he died on the operating table after I got out of chemo. Like, he is not the same person. And I just needed someone to just pull me for a little while and show me something else and let me make the choice rather than me standing in my way thinking I had no choices. That was worse. So, yeah, I love my introverts and I'm still friends with them. That's why they hang with me. And I love them because they're the only ones I could be just chill with and just watch TV and be together separate. I can't do that with my extrovert friends. I can do that with my introvert friends, but I only had introvert friends. I didn't let myself be with the extroverted friends, and I wish I would have. There were so many qualities and traits I could have learned from them and just taken and then become an ambivert. My son is such an introvert when he gets with his D&D or cosplay friends, he's a different person. That's what I'm saying. It's a different trait and attribute. My son's the same way. We know my son has autism, but you wouldn't even know that he does when he hangs out with certain groups who just treat him like he's not somebody who was in therapy for most of his life. Like it goes away. And it's like, that's so cool to see, to just be able to be like, you know, there's certain parts that I can tell even in his little 10-year-old brain, there's certain parts of himself that he likes. And there's other parts where I can see that he's trying to progress and be better, trying to talk more, trying to go out more, trying to spend time with friends more, go to parties more. And it's like, that's awesome. I do not want him locked away in a fucking room. That's silly. I did that shit growing up. I do not and will not allow that of him. Absolutely not. I think that's the hard part. I live in a part of this nation that is covered with people who don't align with my values. And in the past, I've tried to hear them out. But you gotta leave. You gotta leave. That's why I left Mississippi, Katie. That's why I left. I would have never grown if I stayed in Mississippi. I had to leave. I just had someone in my Patreon the other day saying, damn, you from Mississippi? I haven't met another open-minded person there in years. That's what I'm saying. Y'all probably wouldn't like me if I stayed in Biloxi. Like, I had to get out of there and go somewhere else. Granted, I picked Texas, but at least I picked Austin. Yeah, like, it's hard, but you gotta do it. You gotta leave. You gotta fucking leave.
It's just a continuation of the idea that we are so many
Nobody
things
pegs me as a Mississippian. No one does.
And
ever.
I know it can be really overwhelming figuring out who to be and when, who you are now, and how to act in order to get where you want to go. I have some good news. It's totally up to you. I have some terrifying news. It's totally up to you. I said to you earlier that I don't ever offer advice unless someone asks me for it, and now I'll tell you why. As a person who started my very public career at the age of 15, it came with a price. And that price was years of unsolicited advice. Being the youngest person in every room for over a decade meant that I was constantly being issued warnings from older members of the music industry, media, interviewers, executives. And this advice often presented itself as thinly veiled warnings. See, I was a teenager at a time when our society was absolutely obsessed with the idea of having perfect young female role models. It felt like every interview I did included slight barbs by the interviewer about me one day running off the rails. And that meant a different thing to every person who said it to me. So I became a young adult while being fed the message that if I didn't make any mistakes, all the children of America would grow up to be perfect angels. However, if I did slip up, the entire earth would fall off its axis, and it would be entirely my fault, and I would go to pop star jail forever and ever. It was all centered around the idea that mistakes equal failure, and ultimately the loss of any chance at a happy or rewarding life. This has not been my experience. My experience has been that my mistakes led to the best things in my life. And being embarrassed when you mess up, it's part of the human experience. Getting back up, dusting yourself off, and seeing who still wants to hang out with you afterward and laugh about it, that's a gift. The times I was told no, or wasn't included, wasn't chosen, didn't win, didn't make the cut. Looking back, it really feels like those moments were as important, if not more crucial, than the moments I was told yes. Not being invited to the parties and sleepovers in my hometown made me feel hopelessly lonely. But because I felt alone, I would sit in my room and write the songs that would get me a ticket somewhere else. Having label executives in Nashville tell me that only 35-year-old housewives listen to country music, and there was no place for a 13-year-old on their roster, made me cry in the car on the way home. But then I'd post my songs on my MySpace. And yes, MySpace.
MySpace, y'all. Throwback Thursdays, y'all. Come to the stream.
Like me who loved country music, but just didn't have anyone singing from their perspective. Having journalists write in-depth, oftentimes critical pieces about who they perceived me to be made me feel like I was living in some weird simulation. But it also made me look inward to learn about who I actually am. Having the world treat my love life like a spectator sport in which I lose every single game was not a great way to date in my teens and 20s. But it
genuinely, Lens, I told you, like, I read when y'all highlight these messages. Somebody in chat, teach people how to use Twitch bits. And I still owe some people bits. I haven't forgotten, y'all. I'm going to get to it. Just message me outside of Twitch and YouTube. Message me on Patreon or Instagram if I owe you some bits or some channel points. Not bits, some channel points. Lens, genuinely thank you for this stream. Tonight was my class reunion, but my friends who were actually more of sisters abandoned me because I wasn't fun anymore while still trying to navigate treatment resistant depression. This seems like a great community, but I have to say, please don't ever give someone the ultimatum of either stop being depressed or I'm done being your friend. Toxic and heartbreaking, but necessary to cut them out of my life completely. Damn, that's unfortunate. Don't ever give someone the ultimatum of either stop being depressed or I'm done being your friend. Toxic and heartbreaking, but necessary to cut them out of my life. Lens, expand on that. Lens. What are you saying? What's the actual advice? Are you saying that someone here said that someone gave the advice to not be depressed or I won't be your friend? Or is that just a warning of caution? Expand on that. Because then you said toxic and heartbreaking, but necessary to cut them out of my life completely. Respond. Expand on that. I said respond. Expand on that, please, if you don't mind.
It taught me to protect my private.
She's saying her friends told her they couldn't be friends with her because, no, I get that part, but I was wondering if someone said that to trigger it because she says this seems like a great community, but maybe you're just saying even though we all seem awesome, you hope we don't do that. Maybe that's what you're saying, that we all seem so cool and nice and kind, and you hope that we don't ever give that advice. Maybe that's what you're saying, and if so, spot on. I agree with you. And I said that. I remember I said that in one of my videos, and somebody completely misunderstood what I was saying. I think it was in a Ren video where I said something. I think it was in Ren's crutch. If anybody ever wants to hear my opinion on that, I think it's in Ren's crutch video. I think when I kind of said that, when I was talking about being a metaphorical crutch for someone, and I was like, I am not your fucking crutch and you don't get to make me your punching bag. And I think a lot of people, even though there was like a lot that went into that conversation, people were still like, well, that's not fair. And I'm like, then don't be my friend then. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm not on this planet to absorb your pain and then you float away like a fart because I've absorbed your pain and you're good. I think people were really, not people, it was 1%, were really misunderstanding what I was saying. Because I agree with you. It shouldn't be that if I care for you. If I care for you, then I definitely shouldn't be like, don't be depressed or bye-bye. I was fucking depressed going through fucking chemo, and I would have hated and been even more depressed by not having people in my corner. Like, so not like that's a self-defeating prophecy. Like, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Life fiercely. Being publicly humiliated over and over again at a young age was
I had 11 rants today? Ain't no fucking way.
Excruciatingly painful. But it forced me to devalue
Lens, I'm glad you're here.
This notion of minute by minute ever-fluctuating social relevance and likability.
Oh, Linz, I don't know how often you come to my streams or how long you've been entrenched in this community, but I am constantly saying, especially even weirdly on these Tay-Tay streams, because I guess maybe the song she sings, it kind of gets me out of my bag. Most people always think they're saying the right thing, and they're fucking not. Even sometimes I think I'm saying the wrong thing. I just don't care. Like, I just legitimately, with all fiber of my soul, do not care if people think I'm saying the wrong thing. So that's the difference. I can never be canceled because I don't care. Other people normally care, and they think that they're right. So I'm like, no, you're not. What you're saying is horrible. It's very shitty. It's damaging, and you're not making anything better. In fact, you're making everything worse, and now they're going to relapse. So what the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, no, like that sucks that they said something like that and then walked away going, hey, good job, Stacy. Like, that's shitty. So sorry, Linz, that you went through that. I'm glad you're here, because guess what? We'll be your fucking high school reunion. How about that? Do you say high school or just school reunion? What did you say? You just said class reunion. I don't even know what grade you in. We're your reunion now. Welcome. Bunch of randoms here for you.
On the internet and nearly losing my career gave me an excellent knowledge of all the types of
We're
wine.
the class. What I want to hear what you said.
And nearly losing my career. Getting canceled on the internet and nearly losing my career gave me an excellent knowledge of all the types of wine.
In the clear, we all fam.
I know I sound like a consummate optimist, but I'm really not. I lose perspective all the time. Sometimes everything just feels completely pointless. I know the pressure of living your life through the lens of perfectionism. And I know that I'm talking to a group of perfectionists because you are here today graduating from NYU. So this might be hard for you to hear. In your life, you will inevitably misspeak, trust the wrong person, underreact, overreact, hurt the people who didn't deserve it, overthink, not think at all, self-sabotage, create a reality where only your experience exists, ruin perfectly good moments for yourself and others, deny any wrongdoing, not take the steps to make it right, feel very guilty, let the guilt eat at you, hit rock bottom, finally address the pain you caused, try to do better next time, rinse, repeat.
Even in her fucking commencement speech, accountability. I know dumb men and women hate to see her coming, bro. Hey, yeah, but women ain't excused by that just because she a woman. Like, shut up. Dumb men and women gotta hate to see her fucking coming, because even in this commencement speech right here, it's oozing accountability and self-awareness. Like, bro, I know, and no wonder she got haters. And it ain't just because she popular either. And I know it's the shit that she says. It's so accurate is not even a strong enough word for what I'm trying to convey. Like, the way she talks, like she's so actually, I think self-aware is even better than accountability. I use accountability for what she's saying about other people, but self-awareness in what she's saying in herself. I love how she talks about mistakes. More people should hear it. The way that she talks about errors and mistakes and disappointment. I just said this is funny, like, not to plug Sleep Token. Shout out to Sleep Token. One day I'm gonna start doing Sleep Token Saturdays maybe. But like, I say this in Sleep Token a lot. I love the way, even more than Taylor, I gotta be honest, I love the way Sleep Token writes about heartbreak. They're my current favorite artist, when the way that they talk and write and lyrically expand on heartbreak is so dope. I love the way they talk about themselves being hurt. It's the same way I like Taylor in when she talks about errors and mistakes. I have not met another artist ever that talks about accountability better than her. accountability, bro. If no one's coined that term, sorry, Taylor, I'm making merch and I'm stealing it. But like, damn, man. Worship. Y'all need to hit me with this worship. I need to be peeped the game, bro.
And I'm not gonna lie. These mistakes will cause you to lose things. I'm trying to tell you that losing things doesn't just mean losing. A lot of the time, when we lose things, we gain things too.
Well, I'm gonna go back. People expect a dumb blonde trope from her, so they think she writes pretty breakup songs, but they don't see the intelligence behind the trees of their own prejudice. They never do. And that's like with anything, right? I mean, that's like with a bunch of different races, genders, class, creeds. It's like if people have already made their mind up, what is it? It even goes beyond implicit bias. If people have already made their minds up, why the fuck am I even talking to you? And why do I care about your opinion at all? And it's like I also had that kind of stigma with Taylor. Like I never thought she was a dumb blonde. Like that's fucking absurd. But I just didn't care. And I was like, oh, okay, she doesn't write music for me. It's not for me. It's for it's for her target, who I deemed her target, women. So I went, oh, okay, cool, fine. You know, like good luck, get rich, die trying, have fun. No different than when people hear rap and they go, oh, that's for black people. Like, shut the fuck up. Just listen to the music, vibe with it, and move on. So then we finally got me to listen to it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, she's saying some cool shit. Like, I like what she's saying. I can relate to some of her songs. And y'all should see some of the faces people make, including white women, when I go, I relate to Taylor's music. And they're like, huh? How? And I'm just like, you can't be a fan of her. You can't. If your first thought is me looking at Taylor, and instead of saying, because if I said Taylor was some dumb chick, people would go, oh yeah, man, I expected that from you. So then why in the same vein can I now go, no, I actually relate to Taylor's songs, and your first thought can't be the opposite of that. It can't be, oh yeah, like that makes sense. Why is it? No, you don't. You don't really get it. Like, shut up, bro. Shut up.
When we lose things.
Because she's awesome. She's smart. She's intelligent. And I wish I would have known that quicker.
Structure and framework of school and chart your own path. Every choice you make leads to the next.
Imagine my surprise when I tell people the number one song I relate to the most by her. And like, if I had to pick top 5 songs, one of those songs in the top 5 would be The Man. Imagine people's surprise when I tell them that I actually understand The Man a lot. Especially as a man, I understand The Man. The Man is a unique fucking song. Why am I still ranting about the fucking Man? There's 2 schools of thought with The Man. It's the women version where women understand it, and it's the male gaze where I understand it. She's clearly talking to me in one part of the song, and she's clearly talking to women in another part of the song. I'm supposed to relate to The Man. I'm supposed to, because I'm supposed to change it. In the same way that I'm supposed to relate to fucking Barbie, because I'm supposed to want to change the patriarchy.
Your own path.
Idiot.
Every choice you make leads to the next choice, which leads to the next. And I know it's hard.
Where's my Hennessy at?
To know which path to take. There will be times in life where you need to stand up for yourself. Times when the right thing is actually to back down and apologize.
I'm not watching The Man no more. I'm not watching The Man no more.
Times when the right thing is to turn and run. Times to hold on with all you have. And times to let go with grace. Sometimes the right thing to do is to throw out the old schools of thought.
You're all knuff.
In the name of progress.
Oh my guys, you're knuff in chat.
Sometimes the right thing to do is to sit and listen to the wisdom of those who have come before us. How will you know what the right choice is in these crucial moments? You won't. How do I give advice to this many people about their life choices? I won't. The scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now.
Someone said period. Someone said period.
I leave you with this.
No, they did not.
We are led by our gut instincts.
Oh my God.
Intuition. Our desires and fears. Our
Taylor's like, huh?
And our dreams.
What that mean?
And you will screw it up sometimes. So will I. And when I do, you will most likely read about it on the internet.
You're on your own, kid.
Anyway, hard things will happen to us. We will recover. We will learn from it. We will grow more resilient because of it. And as long as we are fortunate enough to be breathing, we will breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, and breathe out. And I am a doctor now, so I know how breathing works.
Okay, that was good.
I hope you know.
That was a good one.
How proud I am to share this day with you. We're doing this together, so let's just keep dancing like we're the class of 22.
Stand up! Stand up right now. Why are they sitting? Stand up. Stand up, shades. The fuck? Even that old man standing up. Stand your ass up. Respect Dr. Swift when she's in the building. Sierra, did I do it justice? I bet you thought I was going to only do half. Butt hurt ass. Yeah. How you like that? Was that it? Was that good? Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We talked for what, half an hour? 40 minutes just on that? I'm beyond overtime. Yeah. Yeah. You knew I'd want it all. Whoa, pervert.